A sea of peril, the unsung heroes of the global economy. The sea. Vast, unforgiving, relentless. It is a force of nature that has both fascinated and terrified humanity for centuries. It is a realm of raw power and unpredictable fury, where the line between life and death is often razor thin. Yet, upon this watery wilderness, humanity has staked its claim, ferrying goods and resources across continents. This is the backbone of our global economy. This intricate web of maritime trade, the lifeblood of our globalized world, depends on the courage and resilience of a silent army, seafarers. These individuals are the unsung heroes who ensure that the wheels of commerce keep turning. These are the men and women who brave treacherous conditions, battling isolation, exhaustion, and the ever-present threat of disaster, all to keep the wheels of commerce turning. Their lives are a testament to human endurance and spirit. They are the unsung heroes of the global economy, and theirs is a story that demands to be told. Their contributions are invaluable, yet often overlooked. But this story is not always one of triumph. It is also a tale of hardship and sacrifice. It is a tale often shrouded in darkness, where the pursuit of profit collides with the sanctity of human life. The stakes are high, and the consequences can be dire. In the unforgiving arena of maritime law, seafarers often find themselves cast as scapegoats, bearing the brunt of blame when catastrophe strikes. Their plight is a stark reminder of the human cost of maritime commerce. Their voices, drowned out by the roar of the waves and the machinations of powerful interests, struggle to be heard. They fight not just against the elements but also against a system that often overlooks their sacrifices. This essay delves into the shadowy depths of the maritime world, exposing the harsh realities faced by seafarers in the wake of major maritime laws. It seeks to shed light on their struggles and bring their stories to the forefront. We will journey back in time, revisiting the catastrophic oil spills of the Torrey Canyon and Exxon Valdez, stark reminders of the devastating consequences of maritime negligence. These events have left an indelible mark on the industry. From these maritime disasters, we will trace the evolution of maritime law, examining how regulations designed to prevent future tragedies have inadvertently shifted responsibility from ship owners to the very individuals entrusted with their vessels. This shift has profound implications for the lives of seafarers. When disaster strikes, echoes of past tragedies. The year is 1967. The Torrey Canyon, a gargantuan oil tanker, runs aground off the coast of England, spilling its toxic cargo into the pristine waters. Images of oil-soaked birds, lifeless on blackened beaches, flash across television screens worldwide, searing themselves into the collective memory. It is a wake-up call, a brutal reminder of the fragility of our marine ecosystems and the devastating consequences of human error. Fast forward to 1989. The Exxon Valdez, another colossal tanker, runs aground in Prince William Sound, Alaska. Over 11 million gallons of crude oil gush into the pristine Alaskan waters, decimating wildlife and devastating the livelihoods of coastal communities. The world watches in horror as the environmental catastrophe unfolds, a chilling echo of the Torrey Canyon disaster. These disasters, etched in the annals of maritime history, serve as stark reminders of the catastrophic consequences of maritime accidents. They also mark a turning point in the evolution of maritime law. In the aftermath of these tragedies, governments and international organizations scrambled to implement stricter regulations, determined to prevent similar disasters from occurring. The weight of the law, shackles of gold, or chains of burden? This is the question that haunts many seafarers as they navigate the complex web of maritime regulations. Enter the International Safety Management (ISM) Code, the Standards of Training, Certification, and Watchkeeping for Seafarers (STCW), and the Maritime Labor Convention (MLC) 2006. These regulations were introduced to bring order and safety to the high seas. These comprehensive regulations, enacted with the noble intention of enhancing safety and protecting the marine environment, have undoubtedly had a positive impact on the industry. They have led to cleaner seas and safer voyages. They have led to improved vessel design, stricter operational procedures, and enhanced training for seafarers. Ships are now better equipped to handle emergencies, and crews are more prepared than ever before. However, like a double-edged sword, these regulations have also brought about unintended consequences, shifting the burden of responsibility from ship owners to seafarers. The pressure to comply with every rule and regulation can be overwhelming. The ISM code, for instance, while promoting a safety culture on board ships, has also introduced a labyrinthine bureaucracy. Seafarers find themselves drowning in a sea of paperwork, often at the expense of their primary duties. Seafarers, already burdened with demanding work schedules and harsh living conditions, are now inundated with paperwork, drills, and inspections. The constant need to document every action can be both time-consuming and stressful. The STCW, designed to ensure competency among seafarers, has led to a proliferation of courses and certifications, often at the expense of practical experience. Seafarers spend more time in classrooms than on the deck, learning theory rather than gaining hands-on experience. Meanwhile, the MLC 2006, hailed as the Seafarers' Bill of Rights, has struggled to effectively address issues like working hours, wages, and access to medical care. Many seafarers still face long hours, inadequate pay, and limited medical support. While these regulations were intended to improve safety and working conditions at sea, they have in many cases created a climate of fear and uncertainty for seafarers. The fear of non-compliance and the potential repercussions loom large. The fear of making a mistake, of being held personally liable for an incident, hangs heavy in the air. This anxiety can be paralyzing, affecting decision-making and overall performance. This constant pressure, coupled with the ever-present dangers of the sea, takes a heavy toll on the physical and mental well-being of these modern-day mariners. The weight of responsibility can be as heavy as the chains they work with, leaving them to wonder if these regulations are truly a shackle of gold or a chain of burden. Section 4. Voices from the Deep, the Human Cost of Maritime Law. We are not criminals, laments a grizzled captain, his weather-beaten face etched with years of experience. We are professionals who risk our lives every day to keep the world's economy afloat. But instead of being treated with respect, we are treated like suspects, constantly scrutinized, our every move questioned. His words, spoken with a mixture of pride and resentment, echo the sentiments of countless seafarers around the world. The pressure is immense, confesses a young officer, his eyes betraying the strain of long hours and relentless responsibility. One minor error, one missed signature on a form, and our careers could be over. The fear of making a mistake, of being held personally liable, is always there, gnawing at you. These are not isolated voices. They represent a chorus of concern rising from the decks of cargo ships, tankers, and fishing vessels worldwide. Seafarers, the lifeblood of global trade, find themselves caught in a maelstrom of regulations, inspections, and legal complexities. They are in many ways victims of their own dedication, their commitment to safety and environmental protection ironically used against them. Section 5. A Shifting Tide. The Unbalanced Scales of Responsibility. As regulations have tightened their grip, a disturbing trend has emerged. A subtle but significant shift in responsibility from ship owners to seafarers. This shift is not just a minor adjustment, it represents a fundamental change in how accountability is distributed within the maritime industry. While ship owners and charterers reap the financial rewards of maritime trade, it is often the seafarers who bear the brunt of blame when things go wrong. These hard-working individuals who spend months away from their families are left to shoulder the consequences of decisions made far above their pay grade. This shift in responsibility is evident in the aftermath of maritime accidents. The immediate focus often falls on the actions of the crew, scrutinizing their every move and decision. When a ship runs aground, the first questions asked are about the crew's actions and decisions leading up to the incident. When oil spills into the ocean, the environmental damage is immense, and the pressure mounts on the seafarers to explain and justify their actions. When lives are lost, it is often the captain and crew who find themselves in the crosshairs of investigations and legal proceedings. They are the ones who must face the grieving families and the relentless questions from authorities. They become the convenient scapegoats, their actions scrutinized under the harsh glare of public scrutiny, while the role of shipowners, charterers, and flag states often fades into the background. The media and public opinion can be unforgiving, often painting a one-sided picture. Meanwhile, the role of shipowners, charterers, and flag states often fades into the background. These entities, which hold significant power and influence, manage to escape the same level of scrutiny. This imbalance of power is further exacerbated by the complex and often opaque world of maritime law. The legal framework is intricate, filled with loopholes and technicalities that can be manipulated by those with the resources to do so. Seafarers, many of whom come from developing countries and lack access to legal representation, are often ill-equipped to navigate the intricacies of maritime courts and tribunals. Their limited resources and knowledge put them at a significant disadvantage. They are often ill-equipped to navigate the intricacies of maritime courts and tribunals. The legal jargon and procedures can be overwhelming, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation. They face an uphill battle against powerful corporations and well-resourced legal teams, their voices often drowned out in the pursuit of profit and the avoidance of accountability. The disparity in resources and influence is stark. Their voices often drowned out in the pursuit of profit and the avoidance of accountability. The scales of justice are tipped heavily in favor of those with the means to defend themselves, leaving seafarers to fend for themselves in an unforgiving system.